Hey, what's going on out there, Falcon fans? How you doing, man? It's your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show, part of the 95 North Sports Machine. I got my co-host Chris Tip Moore from A1 Forever Sports. Missing tonight in action is our brother Smitty. Smitty's taking the night off as he definitely deserves it. Hardworking man, always putting out great content for you Falcons fans to follow, to witness, to collaborate and chat with. So we'll hold it down for you, Smith, if you're watching, man. Hope all is well, brother. But before we get into today's shenanigans, into today's game, man, let me treat y'all to the best intro out there.
Hey.
Yes, man.
Sure.
Falcon fans. Chris, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, man, back at it again, man. Always great to be on the platform. Just like you said, man, shout out to Smitty, man. Hope all is well. Salute to you, my brother. But we definitely about to hold it down. And man. Today, dinner is not going to taste good. I don't even know if I'm going to eat.
I ain't gonna skip no goddamn meals. I'm gonna
it ain't gonna taste good no way. Drink me some water.
Man. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, a tough outing today as we saw our beloved Atlanta Falcons lose in the most Falcon way ever in last-minute fashion to these beat-up, wounded player coming back, shenanigan, freaking scrappy 1-2-8 Arizona fucking Cardinals, man. Excuse my language at that last pop, but it's very, very. I'm deflated, man. I'm deflated. This really took a lot out of me, man. Witnessing this crap today, man. Arthur Smith's play calling very much in question yet again today. We saw some things early, where he tried to reestablish Bijan and his brilliance from earlier today, but in a time like this, really wasn't warranted. I mean, you got guys like Kyle Pitts, you got Jonnu Smith, Drake London was targeted little to no time. Van Jefferson, one target. What are we doing here? What's the right recipe for success? But Chris, you got to say something. Go ahead, brother.
We're doing nothing.
That's a damn fact, man.
That's what I wanted to say. We are doing nothing, my brother. We are doing absolutely nothing because, my gosh, like now I will say, I am happy with the Bijan Robinson production. He was doing his thing. He was doing and showing what we already knew, and that is that 7 is that man. 22 carries, 95 yards, got another rushing touchdown, I believe his second of the year. But the passing game was obsolete. It was nowhere to be found. We only had 70 yards passing. 70 yards, and Taylor had 55 of it. Then Ridder comes in and gives in another 39. But Drake London was not even involved in the game until Desmond came out there and got him involved. And, man, the passing game was just terrible. Our defense, man, Richie Grant, I am done. First of all, I was done 3 weeks ago with Richie Grant. And coming into the season, he was on my hot seat, him and Jalen Hawkins. Coming into the season, those two guys are. Jalen is gone. Now it's time for Richie to go ahead and pack his bags. He need to be that New York Jets commercial. He tried to put his code in and he couldn't get in. Yeah, that needs to be a Richie Grant commercial now because I'm done with Richie Grant. Anyone who wants to defend Richie Grant, I have nothing against you. Do what you do. Not this guy here. I have nothing else for Richie Grant. Nothing. Zero.
Yeah. So, I mean, if folks tuned into Wednesday's preview show of the Arizona Cardinals, when it came down to the X Factor segment, Chris, you know this, Smitty can vouch. My X Factor was in this game, Richie Grant. And I had said that. I said, Richie Grant, you are on the hot seat, my brother. If you don't tune in or turn in a game worth making the coaching staff say, okay, Richie's straight. He's good. We're going to keep him post bye. You did not show anything in this one. And I don't want to sound or beat up on the young fella and say that it's all his fault because collectively the defense and there was a lot of leakiness in this defense, particularly in the middle. But we'll touch on that in a minute. Talking about Richie Grant. Sure, you were put on an island a lot this game. You had to cover the tight end a lot. And lo and behold, Trey McBride ate your ass up to the tune of 10 catches, 100+ yards for a tight end for the Arizona Cardinals.
And not to mention, yes, all that, right? No touchdowns for him, but guess what he did? He first 100-yard game by a tight end for the Arizona Cardinals in 34 years. 34 years. Some of our listeners are not even that old.
Facts, man.
Come on, brother.
Facts, man. It's bad, man. It was a horrible game defensive wise in this aspect, the tackling. Okay, man. Pop Warner is calling all of y'all guys back and want to show you how to rap or how to break down, rap, and tackle. AJ, you are out there. Sure, you're on an island. Of course, you are one-on-one with these receivers and stuff like that. I know that some run schemes run your route, but what are you doing tackling so high? What are you doing tackling? You're not going to get nowhere doing that, man.
Recipe for disaster.
Absolutely.
Time, coming up around the shoulders. You have to be a very strong individual to be able to take somebody, a football player, an athlete, period, to try to tackle them around the shoulder area anyway.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. You can do it. You can do it 10 times and you may get lucky once to get them.
It was piss poor tackling all in all from this Falcons team. And it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart to even say that because, man, we have the 11th ranked defense. Yeah. A lot of these fans in this chat, you and myself and you included, even, goddamn it, even Smitty can't probably remember the last time we were ranked as high. 2017 sure comes to mind. But before then, we've been in the rut with this defensive thing, with this defensive struggle. I hate that we're going back to our old ways, man, in certain aspect. Bad tackling, bad angling, miscommunication in the secondary in some aspect, particularly our linebacker position also, man. That's another area of some concern there. You know, of course, like I just mentioned, Trey McBride of the Arizona Cardinals, man, shout out to you, brother. You had an outstanding game.
Had him a day. I was worried about it. I'm worried about every tight end that's athletic because ever since I seen Sam Laporta, ever since that game, I've been worried about every athletic tight end that comes our way that hits our middle because we already know coming into the season that linebacker core was kind of weak. Just say to be nice about it. They was kind of weak. But going into the season, I mean, Nate Landman, he's been playing. Caden Ellis, he's been playing. But we are missing Troy Anderson still. And we are just that middle, man. That middle is so wide open for guys who are athletic and who can catch the football at the tight end position.
Yeah. And the thing that bothers me the most is, we have been a tale of two halves. First two quarters, we take our time trying to figure out the opponent and really see the ins and outs to their offensive scheme and how they go ahead and lay out the game plan, right? If you know defensively that we're not able to stop the tight end, maybe in the second half we should switch schematically in how we attack the tight end. Maybe go man. Hey, we got a guy in Trey Flowers now. I know that name probably just sends shivers up Falcon fans' spine, but I was one to call this out early in preseason. I figured that Trey Flowers would have been in here for that assignment specifically to line up against the team's tight end. This could have been a perfect game for that. Nothing was working as far as coverage assignments and how we were giving them their looks. The tight ends, they ate. And I know you just mentioned that, tight end has been, linebacker has been a weak spot. Excuse me, 1 second. You are back in here. Thank you so much for joining the stream today. But I don't care. You get your out of here, Mr. Saints fan. We don't want you here. We don't want you here. We don't desire you here. We don't need you here. Keep your energy over there. Get your ass up out of here. You guys lost as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Back to what I was saying. Yeah, exactly. You got something coming.
We ain't even thinking about y'all right now. We still on these Arizona Cardinals.
Facts, man. So as we were saying, man,
how did that game go anyway? Did they won today?
I think they took they took the proverbial
today, L, right? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I thought they won today. Or
they took an L. They took an L, and rightfully so. They lost David Carr, one of the cars. I don't know what the hell kind of car they driving, but he's out.
Oh, good.
But anyways, in the midst of this linebacker position being as shaky as it was, we have to. I know this was a dirty loss today. It was a bad loss, but folks, we have found yet another gem. and the tune of Nate Landman. This man deserves his goddamn flowers. Turned in his first career INT today. Last week was his first sack. Today he recorded a sack as well. I think he had 7 tackles, 1 INT, one sack. This man is playing out of his mind. Out of his mind, man.
8 total tackles, because he had
8 total tackles.
Yeah, 8 total tackles. He had 1 sack, and he had that 1 INT. And I ain't gonna lie, Kyler Murray, his height kind of was a disadvantage to him on that, because he kept having to slide. He couldn't see. And when he threw it, Nate Landman was like, "I'll take that," and gladly go back the other way.
Yeah,
and, I want to keep giving a shout out to Kendavius Street too, man. I mean, he's just been getting in there, just playing, sticking his nose where it belongs. And shout out to your guy too, man, Timmy Horn, man. These guys,
man,
they could Albert Huggins and everything. They did the best they could on that front. When we were missing David Amanyata, who I found out at the beginning of the game that he wasn't playing because of that ankle. He tried to come out and get with the goal, but that was a big loss today.
It was a big loss
in the run game and in the pressure game. As far as the Atlanta Falcons goes, man, we missed it.
King Cap goes on to say, "Do anybody know Arthur Smith IG or Facebook?"
Hey,
I don't think that he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be around any of that, any social media, nothing like that, because folks are gonna be gunning for him, and we are gonna gun for him right now. Okay, Chris. This is the part where I feel like everybody has valid opinions. Everybody has a great mind as far as schematically thinking where we should be offensively. Chris, for Kyle Pitts, for Jonnu Smith, for Tyler Algier, for Bijan Robinson, for Drake London. Now that's Drake London. I named him, and he's just the 5th out of 11 guys that are on offense. Mm-hmm. Why are we underutilizing all of these talents? Of course, the hindsight is it's Arthur Smith and his play.
I was just about to say, we already know it's Arthur Smith, but if we just dive into it, we already know. It just seems like he's over his head with this offense. We've seen we've seen other coaches, because if you put the same offense, or let's say you take the Miami's coach, like Mr. Flick was saying on Wednesday, then you can also go to Kyle Shanahan. You can also go to Matt LaFleur. You can also go to possibly what is his name? DeBall and the Giants.
Yeah, Brian DeBall.
It's just certain. I feel like certain other even Eric Bieniemy. If I'm just telling about, if you just give these guys these weapons,
this offense right now, with this O-line, dude, brother, we are easily sitting way above 500 and not below 500.
Yes, I would say no more. I say no more than 2 to 3 losses. I say seriously and honestly, because they'll be utilized week to week. We don't even know what the heck is going to happen at all. This week it was Bijan Robinson, just because, let's just be honest, we've been hammering on Arthur Smith's head. The media's been hammering on his head because we've been hammering on his head. And it's just like, of course you're going to give him the ball. Yeah. This was so easy. It was such an easy game plan. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to Bijan because everybody been on my head anyway about him, so I'm gonna give it to him. But it still doesn't mean we have an identity. It still doesn't mean that next week Bijan is gonna have this total 22 carries. Right. And, it's not guaranteed. And you also have your guys. Listen to this: Drake London 36 yards, Kyle Pitts 30 yards, 11 yards. Robinson in the past game. 3 of your top guys, and then your guy who's been killing it in the offense has 1 reception for 1 yard. What in the blooming hell is going on?
I don't know, man. I think I mentioned this on Wednesday, man. Is this where I feel like Arthur Smith was not ready to be a coach now? It's looking more evident than ever, and he has a collection of great players that he's underutilizing and wasting. The Falcons need to wake up now during the bye and say, okay, something has to happen, right? A lot of folks have said, oh, Arthur Smith should be fired if we lose to the Cardinals going into the bye. For one, I thought that wasn't going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But I
still don't think it's going to happen.
I agree with you, but I'm starting to feel that way, that it should happen now, because listen, and you hate to say it like this, for a season was very favorable schedule-wise,
Bro.
We should not be where we're at right now. Something has to give. And the problem with it is there isn't much to give. You're not going to hand the playbook down to Dave Ragone, because Dave Ragone, all he does is just sits there and he's checking up his IGs, looking at Insta thoughts on Instagram and all of that. And he's not even paying attention to the goddamn game. We are in trouble. Let's just face it like that. Let's just put it out there. Offensively, we are in trouble. What do the Falcons do out of this bye to help change the narrative in folks' mind that, yes, Arthur Smith is still the guy for this job? I don't know what they do.
Sir, I'm not even going to lie to you. It's not many options that we have left. We have exhausted a lot of our options already, Berto.
Yeah.
We've exhausted them, and we don't have many left. Like you said, Dave Ragone, he up there checking the reviews on DoorDash, trying to figure out what restaurant he's going with. We hand it down to him. It's not going to mean anything is going to change. It doesn't mean anything. This whole offense doesn't have an identity still, and we're in week 10 of the regular season.
Bro, look at this, man. And shout out Mafi for bringing this up, man. I gotta
Mafi? Shout out to you, by the way.
18-26, he's got to go.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, okay, listen, Josh McDaniels had got 22 games and he was X'd.
Talk about it.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, chat, and anybody else that watches this. 22 games and it was over with. They seen enough. They didn't feel like he was going to be the guy to take this franchise to back to this prominence in the Raiders.
Ooh, this is a good one right here. This has been underlined. This has been the underline. Yes,
bro,
sir.
We've been on this right here for the longest about Arthur Smith losing the locker room. And I really do believe he is. He's not transparent, not only with us, the fan base, not only the media, but I believe the players too. It's no telling what the offense and what everybody in the locker room is dealing with behind the scenes, that they're just professional to not bring it out. But bro, they have definitely lost the fan. He's definitely lost the fan base since the regular season. I remember going to game 1 of the regular season, week 1 against the Panthers. The stadium was filled with Falcon fans and Falcon hopeful. I went to this Minnesota Vikings game, and you could definitely tell the difference. I even made a video. I said, man, it's kind of 50-50 in here. I feel like it's too much purple in here and not enough Falcons. But why? Because people aren't going to keep spending their money, as they shouldn't continue to spend their money, hard-earned money, everything going up except for the pay. And you want me to come in here and spend my money on this product that you're putting out here on the field. What are you putting on the field to give me a reason to come out and cheer? The Falcon fan, the Atlanta fan base, period, is one of the most loyal fan base. We just want winners. That's it.
That's true.
We just want to win.
Brother, during the Mike Smith era, as shaky as that could have been, he brought us some happy times. You know, definitely he had a saying in drafting Matt Ryan, and we all know Matt Ryan's documented years. And let me tell you something, man. I made a couple trips down to Atlanta while Matt Ryan was under the helm, and that Georgia Dome would be rocking because the team was winning. They had excellent product on the field. There is a blueprint and a staple to follow by. The now Atlanta Falcons are too trendy and are drafting what works. Bijan Robinson, for as many people that loved and liked that pick, man, how do you assess that? 10 weeks in, is he a guy that's bringing a lot of people into the stadium? No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not, man. He's absolutely not. So
but
the
that
Falcons
also has something to do with the coaching as well, too.
Yeah.
We don't even know exactly what he would be. I seen 3 occasions today to where if he just got past that last defender, he was gone.
Yeah.
So it's like he has the flash there, but we haven't seen it enough to just keep on coming back and coming back and coming back. Everybody is going to be critical of Bijan Robinson and being drafted 8th overall when you still had a chance to have that Jalen Carter. It's going to be connected regardless, and it's going to be amplified even more over the next coming weeks, just depending on what they do with Bijan Robinson.
Yep. And here's an excellent question. Courtney Brown, appreciate you so much for joining the stream. We appreciate this question. We appreciate you being a supporter as well of the show. He says, who should be the next head coach in OCB? This is an excellent question. And unfortunately, we have to entertain it because the results are not what they're supposed to be with such a talented team. You know, we 180'd on defense. You know, we was ranking in the damn near last on the DMPs. Ryan Nielsen comes in, 180s the entire defense. We ranked 11th, but we don't have the offense to complement it, right? So offensively speaking, do we go route of an offensive minded coach our next go round if we go down that route? For me personally, if we do go that route and the day after Christmas, Black Monday, or whatever that time is either in December or January, and Arthur Smith gets his walking paper, I'm on the phone with Eric Bieniemy, because you can only imagine what an Eric Bieniemy offense would look like with this offense in place now. You can keep all the pieces. You can keep all the pieces.
Guy that I've been wanting in Atlanta forever, by the way.
Who should have rightfully got a fair shot at being the coach last year.
Indeed,
right? But what does the Falcons do? They hire him before the GM. That doesn't make sense. You know, in an instant like that, let's say he does come over here, right? I think that he comes here, but there's going to be some stipulations. And what those stipulations are going to be, Ryan Nielsen and company stays.
You're going to have to.
You're going to have to agree for Ryan Nielsen and company to stay, because you can't afford to go and reinstitute a new defensive scheme. Can't do that. We can't lose Ryan Nielsen. Ryan Nielsen has to be there. Point blank, period. Now you have a coach that can go ahead and coach him Bieniemy. He's learned so much great stuff from Andy Reid. And folks may say whatever they want to say, but I think Ron Rivera is a very well-respected coach and has been a good coach in this league. And now he's under his tutelage as well. So he's doing his thing in Washington. So for me, you would have to keep Ryan Nielsen, Jerry Gray and company, allow Bieniemy to be here, and just let him run rampant and call the shots. I'll even go on a limb and say Desmond Ridder might even be successful under Eric Bieniemy. He would know how to schematically use Desmond Ridder. What Eric Bieniemy did with Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not comparing. I'm just saying
we're talking about the coach and what the coach and what he could do in the quarterback.
Pat Mahomes and that Andy Reid offense never had to guess. The playbook was at his disposal, and he was allowed to make certain decisions. Sure, the decisions that Ridder makes now are not great, but let a better teacher that has been a quarterback coach and an OC now to be head coach, he can right Desmond Ridder, I believe. But we don't know if that would be the case. We might we won't know if that's the case. And somebody in here just said, might as well go back to Petrino. Mike, man.
Come on, Mike. See, one thing about it, at least we have somebody who puts on the uniform and comes out and be on the sideline week after week. So we can at least give Arthur that. But he may be trying to coach from the house. So
facts.
That whole situation was terrible, man. But and going back to your point real quick,
sure.
If we don't just so happen to be able to pull Bieniemy from the Commanders, so if we, all right, y'all getting crazy in here now, damn it. Y'all getting crazy in here now.
Excuse me.
But man, if we can't get Bieniemy, and let's just so happen to say, maybe you have to make Ryan Nielsen the head coach. And if you don't make him the head coach, you have to at least go get somebody who's competent. Maybe you add Jerry Gray. Me personally, I kind of like Jerry Gray where he is. I know he is kind of like the assistant head coach, so that would kind of lean him towards that role already. But if you don't make Nielsen the head coach, you definitely at least got to make him the top paid defensive coordinator so we don't lose him, because regardless, he needs to be on this team. And I say the same about Jerry Gray. So it's just, you got to put that in perspective too. Regardless, if you don't make him head coach, you have to make him highest paid defensive coordinator, regardless if you go get Bieniemy or you don't.
All right. So I'm gonna do something real quick in a few minutes, but I'm gonna need the chat's help on this one. What would you grade today's performance by our Atlanta Falcons. Me personally, I'm in that D to F range. Y'all let me know what you think in the chat. Drop your grades in there, A, B, C, D, or F for our Atlanta Falcons. Because truth be told, man, it was horrendous today. As the grades are flowing in, we got F, we got another F minus, we have a D. I'm
going up. See, I ain't gonna lie. While you playing Isaac, just took my idea. I was about to say, I think I'm gonna go G or H.
Lord, it was not a pretty performance. I think the Falcons defensively could have done a little bit more to really neutralize Kyler Murray. This is a Kyler Murray that's coming back from a torn ACL. While at times he looked like he was favoring that knee. I would wish that the Falcons were just very vigilant on that and just be like, okay, we have a sign of weakness here. Let's attack it, man. The Falcons had a chance also, if y'all don't know, had a chance to tie last year's sack total. We were currently at 19. I think we got a sack today by Nate Landman, so we're up to 20. But 21 was the exact total of last year. We could have bested that today in today's matchup. The Arizona had some key members on that offensive line missing, and the Falcons could not capitalize enough to go ahead and force Kyler Murray into more mistakes. They did force him into one, which was a Nate Landman INT. Chris.
We did tie it though, bro. We did because Caden Ellis had a sack as well.
Yeah. Oh, he did. So he was not. So we did. Jesus Christ. That's
they going crazy. They going crazy, y'all. YouTube, we ain't got nothing to do with this.
No, but for y'all, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Allow you guys 2 to 3 minutes to come in and just view your displeasure. I always ask, please keep it respectful. There will be multiple people coming on, so when I go to you and I ask you, is there anything more that you want to add? Please don't take that as I'm, kicking you off. I just want to be respectful and kind to everybody else that joins on. But the link is in there, and I am dropping it now. So yeah, man. So definitely not the outcome that we wanted today, man. Unfortunately, we did, take an L. And a win would have been great for this Falcons team going into the bye, man. Morally and everything else that goes with it, confidence wise as well. Go ahead.
I got a question for you too, man. How did everyone feel when they seen number 9 trotting back out there on the field?
Whoo, man, the savior was back on there, man.
Yeah, not the savior. Hey, man, hey, it's crazy when he did come in though. I did feel like the offense got like a little pep. It's kind of like they was like, oh man, our guy's back. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and he did get the rushing touchdown, and he did make sure the ball was away from the defense. That's one thing I definitely noticed. So, he did come out in the offense, looked like they got a little extra pep that he was in there. But,
gotcha, man.
He still can't catch a break, though, because him tripping and falling over the lineman, it just – I'm like, bro, it just can't get right. God dang.
For real, man. For real.
He just can't catch a break. Man. But he did not turn the ball over. Gave us a chance to win. Man.
All right. Adding onto the stage right now is our brother D.A. D.A., what's going on with you, man?
Man, what's going on, fellow? Going on, Berto, Chris, man. Good y'all once again. Before I talk, I want to show y'all something that make a lot of sense.
Go ahead, bro.
What you got?
Fans always leave counting on next season.
I've seen that before, yeah.
Damn, man.
Like I said, I'm glad to be on with you. I'm gonna just say this, man. I definitely agree with a guy like Eric Bieniemy coming in to be the head coach, offensive coach, man. Looking at the state of this team and where we are, it's like it's the same story every year at the same point in the season. We have like the division has been up and down the last. We have a chance to. We're in the lead in our division a couple weeks ago. Now we're in third place and almost 2 games out of first place. And the state of this team, right? Like y'all said, Eric Bieniemy was in this offense, or Shanahan, or anybody, right? Anybody that can call plays and get a team with this many wins, it'll be a big difference right now, man. And honestly, I'm gonna be with y'all. Y'all mentioned earlier too, in terms of Arthur Smith fire, right? And I agree. I don't think they're gonna get rid of. This is how things are. I'm not Arthur Smith isn't the guy. Chris said that. Berto also as well. But I will say this, though. In terms of revenue, right? And we looking at Arthur Smith has already been battling fans. I'm in the first 8 weeks. And in the last 9 weeks, fans are abandoning coming to the game. And in this situation right now, I'm going to say this. I know it's about the guys in the locker room, but Arthur Smith has to consider the fans in his pocket, right? I think right now, maybe the first year, Arthur Blank actually goes with the fan fire. You see what I'm saying? Now, will it happen? You don't know. Like Chris said, what options do we have left? But all I'm saying is this. The saddest part about this whole situation is we have a team full of playmakers on offense. We've seen flat all year long. We've seen big plays there, big runs there. And when we finally get an offensive line that can actually be efficient, right? Efficient. Now we're not moving the ball. The problem for the Falcons for the first time, and with the last 2 years, a long time, we're struggling to score points. And like you guys said under Mike, we had a couple playoff appearances. One thing about the Atlanta Falcons over their history, they've never had a problem scoring points. But our problem is, like you said, we can talk about how good the defense has been. We can talk about all that. But as you guys said earlier, the offense is not assisting the defense. Now the defense needs the offense more with the guys that have gone like Grady and Onyemata, and we can't help them out. Honestly, brothers, I'm gonna say this last thing.
No problem.
Normally, in an NFL season, offense peaks at some point, right?
Offense peaks.
And I'm gonna give people a little bit of light. I'm gonna give you the situation. This is kind of a blessing and a curse because think about it. We haven't peaked yet with the weapons we have. And we're not out of it. We're still just out of the division league, win and loss column. But what if over the next few weeks, this bye week, the offense can finally establish something? This will be the perfect time after week 10 or week 11, in our case with the bye week, to peak. And that would be great if we could win the division going forward into the playoff. We would be hot at the right time. Because at some point, we have to peak on offense. We have to get some kind of consistency going. Because I just don't believe the NFL team can go 17 weeks being up and down on offense.
Gotcha.
See, even the Arizona Cardinals at 1-8, they've been one of the better offense for the past few weeks. You know, the wins haven't shown, but same thing.
In those games.
Yeah, exactly. And one last thing. We have no excuses. Joshua Dobbs got picked up off the streets last week. Didn't know any play. I watched the documentary with Chris. Them guys said, man, we had to tell the quarterback what to do. He said, that's unusual. He said, but the guy came out and played, man. So, like I said, last thing, if they can find a way to create something on offense, if they can just find a way to do something on offense, we'll be getting hot at the right time. With everything.
I pray to God that we do. I pray to God that we do, brother, man. We definitely appreciate your optimism, DA, man. You always come through, man. Bless the show with your presence and your valid facts, man. We thank you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, y'all be safe, man. All right,
always love DA coming on with that.
All right, we got some folks in the back. We got 5 Stripe Uprising, and I'm gonna also add Cut Daddy 3000. Gentlemen, how y'all doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. Okay, my thing is, it all starts with Arthur Blank. One. Let me see how I can say this.
Somebody has to turn down the audio in the background.
Hold on. Let me try me. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this Arthur Blank is, for me, first he hires the coach, then he hires the GM. So he should give the GM an opportunity to bring in who he wants, be enemy or whoever he wants to bring in. Two, to me, Arthur Blank hasn't been right since Michael Vick lied to him. So he's always looking for safe people instead of getting dogs, people who are aggressive, stuff like that. And honestly, as far as Arthur Smith, he's a smart tail. He has a real smart mouth, and it's blowing up in his face. I was watching the press conference. It looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah. Hey, I think your phone is on too many echoes.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know if it's you or
Okay, it might be me. But hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go, man. I'm gonna just hang up and listen to you guys. And I appreciate y'all.
No problem. We appreciate you, Cut Daddy. Thank you, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, Cut Daddy. Thank you, man.
Oh, there it is.
Five Stripe, what's going on, brother?
We've seen Arthur Smith just being completely incompetent on get this team to be good. It's like you can't get the running game going. You got the passing game going a little bit, but then you get away from it. Start trying to run the ball when you can't move it. Then you do the complete opposite another week, and nothing's improved. Now today, a lot of it was on the defense, and a lot of that is injury. A lot of that is a point that I've been talking about a lot, is that you had an opportunity at the trade deadline to do something on either side of the ball to make this team better, and you did nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
You had plenty of prospects out there you could have went after. You didn't have to just go after Chase Young and Montez Sweat. You could have went after somebody else to fill in that, to add you some depth and get you some kind of consistency. You actually could have even went after some guys for the offensive line to help improve this pass block and help with the run game. I mean, the fact that this keeps going and then every game that you lose, you got Arthur Smith sitting there just grinning and looking like he don't care.
Some technical difficulties, man.
Yeah, man. I'm about to say we were listening to it and just kicked him off.
Yeah, I know.
Five Stripe, if you're in here, man, if you're back in the chat, come right back in. We'll get you right back in here so you can finish your thoughts. C-Dub, what's going on, brother?
Hey, ho, Arthur Smith has got to go. I got to say that. If not now, when? It's got to go. Take Rich McKay, because last I remember, didn't he was on a mission to find this great coach, this great offensive guru? Because I can't find that fool. Anyway, so without being, I had to go there. Guys, we are also watching the greatest fumble of a bag, and his name is A.J. Terrell. This man has been getting cooked over and over and over. And at the Waffle House, I had to hear how this man deserved an A. If I hear any more defense of how great A.J. Terrell is, I'm going to lose my mind. Because A.J. Terrell is getting burnt like burnt toast, and you know what I'm talking about. So that's number one. Number two, we got to give Nate Landman love, because that man played his butt off. And also, can we get the biggest get well card? And we really miss you to Grady Jarrett. That man not playing has affected the defense. It's that leader. It's that guy that you will not fail because he's there. And these guys don't have him there. And I always say, who's the leader on offense? And I know it sounds crazy. I know people was saying Cordell. I remember someone saying Lindstrom and Matt. Guys, it's Bijan, because they drafted him. But the thing is, he's young. Yeah, he's dumb. But guess sometimes the young ones have to be the leader. And Drake is that dude. But that's it. The coaching staff has failed. And whoever picked the groceries, if it is Arthur, if it is Terry, I just need to know so we know who to get rid of. Because Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke are basically backup quarterbacks. They're not starters.
Yeah. I'll tell you this now, C-Double. Terry's not going anywhere.
No, he shouldn't.
It's not. Yeah, I'm about to say,
no. I'm just saying. I'm kind of being funny too, because I'm with y'all. Terry's shouldn't go anywhere. He didn't hire him, And if they try to play that,
he got the chance too. By the way,
no, I'm with y'all too.
I just didn't see that.
No, exactly. Because I'm looking at it and I'm going, they just don't vibe. But it's not even that now. It's like, this is what we've done. We get the best athlete. Well, let's see. Could you imagine how we would have been if we would have, I don't know, just gotten Penei Sewell certified that offensive line? I don't know. Maybe got that BJ Ojulari who got drafted in that second round. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, man. We neglect the lines of scrimmage. And then old man that was here earlier talking about, we had these, they could have drafted or traded for these guys. Chase Young went for a third-round compensatory pick, not a high pick, a compensatory pick. You could have thrown a third round and beat that deal.
True.
That's
what gets me.
Very valid.
Let's just be honest. The Jaguars are definitely going to re-sign Calvin Ridley. So
we hope and pray on that. We hope and pray on that. But we have two other guests on here we'd like to love to hear from. King Cap, Big Buck. Appreciate you guys joining. King Cap, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. First thing I'm going to say, man, we got to get rid of Arthur Smith. We got to get a real quarterback. And that boy, who that is over there, Richard Grant, man. That man so terrible, man. I just wanted to say a little stuff, man. Falcons, man, rise up, man.
Let's go, baby.
Look like we rising up no time soon, fellas. I'm be real with you.
No, I hear that, man. 100%. It's very valid the way that you feel, man. It's a fan. We're all upset, brother. We're all upset, man. It sucks.
I think we ain't gonna get nowhere till we get a real coach and a real quarterback over there, no man.
Amen.
Yeah, it could be. Hey, that's the recipe right there, man.
Yeah, man. It's a bad day in the A, man.
I feel that, bro.
And this what get me though. Every time the Saints drop a game, we can't never capitalize. Like, where is our motivation? Like, we don't got no motivation. They start with the coach, man. Your coach is a reflection of your team, man.
Facts.
But appreciate you though, Berto, man. Shout out to Smith Tip, man. I check in with y'all boy all the time, man. Salute, boy. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, bro. I'm out of here.
Thank you, fam.
Yes, sir.
All right, that was our brother, King Cap there. Big Buck, how you doing, brother?
Berto, Tip.
What's happening?
Fellas. Yeah, man. What I don't want to do is overreact, right?
Of course.
I think Arthur actually called a good game today. We was real conservative. We didn't go over the top that much. And it's frustrating because we lose the same way. If you look at the last 3 games, right? I actually went to that Tennessee game and the Minnesota game and this game. We probably lost those games by combination. I want to say 10 points. I want to say 10 points. Like, I don't even think we lost those games by very many points.
Yeah, you would think you about spot on.
Yeah. So it's coming down to one play. Arnold Ebiketie, man, it's frustrating, right? Because when you play a quarterback like Kyler Murray, right? Okay, if that was Tom Brady, if that was Kirk Cousins, if that was Joe Burrow, that's a sack, right?
Jared Goff, anybody.
Yeah, that's a sack. When it's fundamentals, right? When you wrestling a quarterback, that angle that you take the top shoulder. You don't go inside because if you roll him to your help, if you take the inside, he rolls around you and
right around it. Yep.
So that's coaching. I would like to say that in the draft, we need to get a pass rusher. All this quarterback talk, man. Ridder came in there and gave the team a spark, man. I mean, I think we point the blame at the wrong. I think we a prisoner of the moment. This fan base. I'm a real football head, right? And I watch these games. We get prisoner of the moment a lot. We can't really blame. First of all, we have issues at offensive line, and we got issues at defensive end. We can't get pressure unless we blitz. So I think that in this offseason, okay, pass rusher. Unless we get a top-tier quarterback, I don't want no damn Bo Nix, okay? No, I don't want no J.J. McCarthy. If it ain't Penix or Caleb or May, I don't want them.
Well, we're not sticking with what we got. That's for damn sure.
Well, yeah, well, you got to look at what it is, right? We are putting points on the board. Bijan got the ball, so we ain't gonna hear about Bijan not getting the ball because he touched the ball a lot. He even caught a damn punt. So, I mean, I think that this team in the bye week, man, they really need to get. They don't have the clutch gene, man. They can't never make the play when they need to make the play. They play well all game, and then when they need to make a play, they can't make it.
Right. If we're not up by 14 or 20, we're gonna have to fight to the last 2 minutes every game. And that's not even. I don't even blame the players for that anymore. It has to go with the coach. I'm gonna tell you when you finish. I'm gonna tell you what's really gonna happen with this team.
So,
yeah, Big Buck. And to your point too, a lot of times, just the fact that you were saying about not generating the sacks with the defensive end, a lot of our sacks have been coverage sacks.
Coverage sacks, right? So, very true.
So I want somebody on that line in the draft. I understand everybody talking about quarterbacks, but let me tell you the real reason why I'm hoping Desmond Ridder succeeds.
Right.
Because I don't want to have to keep drafting quarterbacks. I don't want to have to keep bringing in more and more rookies. I understand that these are generational talents in college, at least. But at the same time, bro, I don't want to have to keep going through this. Quarterback after quarterback, draft after draft, coach after coach. Something has to stand on something. So
you're right, Tip.
We need to get this line together because we're only getting coverage sacks mostly.
You built the team from the inside out, right? You look at Philadelphia, you look at how they draft. They draft inside out, right? They don't. Okay, you talk about Smith. When the last time they draft a skilled player in the first round? All they draft is linemen. That's how you build a team. This team right here, first of all, Richard Grant. Well, I want to see Helms back there because there's no way Trey McBride. What are you doing? Right? You the safety. Why are you getting beat by a tight end? It's no excuse, man. I'm tired of him getting toasted. All right. And I went to that Tampa game when he got the interception against Baker, and I said, okay, there you go.
I thought that was the turning point for him right there.
But he just has digressed, man.
And the following week, he gave up some more plays. The very next week, he gives up more plays.
Yeah,
and
man.
Then on top of that, man, with Richie, we got to remember that play right there. Didn't it look eerie similar to when Sam Laporta had took him down? Didn't it look eerie similar to when what my man name is, JJ Anderson or whatever the heck his name is, who was getting his first start as a wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers? Didn't that play look like that too? So it's just, I was saying this previous lives ago. Once you get on that film, eventually they're gonna roll something like that in the play scheme to play against you.
The Cardinals haven't had a 100-yard tight end.
They know it.
I'm sorry. The Cardinals haven't had a 100-yard tight end in forever.
34 years, brother.
And I was watching the game at first, man, and I'm looking at Trey McBride. The Cardinals don't have no receivers. They got one receiver in Hollywood, and he's a gadget guy. They don't have a true number one. We got the size. The only criticism I have of Arthur Smith is I felt like we should attack Arizona downfield and gave Drake a couple one-on-one balls. I felt like we played real conservative, but the running game was working.
We don't have the play calling for that. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think I mean, everything we want is still in front of us. The Saints, they got beat pretty.
Nah.
Jameis came in the game, and he really gave them a spark. And Olivier made a hell of a catch. Like that's probably the catch of the year he made back there. He gave him a spark, and they almost came back in that game. But you know, we still got them twice. We still got Carolina. We still got Tampa. So
4 divisional games after the bye week.
That's why I think it's over. I wholeheartedly think our season's over. And before y'all go crazy on me,
I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,
we just lost the easiest stretch we were going to have on our schedule. If you look at our schedule, we just basically lost to all the teams that we pretty much expected to beat. We're not going to sweep the division. The Falcons not that type of team. We ain't never been that type of team. We might sweep the Panthers. I think that's the only team we really have a chance to. We couldn't even sweep the Bucks, but we're not sweeping the Saints. Practically, they own us. Let's keep it real. Since Arthur's been there, we might get them once, but they're looking bad just like us. But I want to say, like Arizona, Tennessee, those were games that we should have won. We haven't even We haven't even got to the Jets yet. We're not beating the Jets. Our defense is going to kill us. I mean, that defense is going to kill us just from our play calling alone. We don't move the ball well enough for that. We have 2 to 3 good drives minimum all game. That's it.
Yeah.
Let me just say this.
We also got the Colts defense coming up too this time.
Exactly. So I see us. We have right now. We can't even afford to lose 3 more games, and we have 3 losses coming for sure.
Let me just say this, man. And once again, I'm a football head. There is no such thing as an easy schedule. There is no such thing as an easy win in the NFL. Now you say, and all I'm doing is challenging what you're saying. You're saying that the Tennessee Titans, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Cardinals, we chalked them off as W's already. There's no such thing as that. All these guys are professional. Arizona had Kyler Murray and James Conner back today, and we're playing in their stadium. And we lost to Tennessee in their stadium with Derrick Henry, Jeffrey Simmons, right? They got players too. So there is no such thing as an easy win.
Let me tell you why I don't agree with you. Because we're just not a good team.
There's no such thing as an easy win. There's no such thing.
We're just not a good team. We're a below average team. If we were just an average team, we win those games.
I agree with that. We are a below average team. But your notion, all I'm doing is challenging the narrative that you're saying. You're saying easy win. There is no such thing as an easy win. It's in college, you can say that. In the NFL, you can't say that because these guys are professional players who will lose any given Sunday, man. I'm a firm believer in that. How many upsets have we seen? How many teams have we seen? Even today, the Texans went into Cincinnati and won and beat them.
That's a great perspective.
The Browns went into Cleveland, in Baltimore.
Well, those two teams are pretty good, though. Both of them. It's just inter-division rivals.
I get it, but they're supposed to win those games. Come on, Baltimore has been killing everybody, and they got beat. So in their own stadium, and I've been in that Baltimore stadium, that is a tough place to win, bro.
Man, you ain't lying. I've worked.
But the difference between Baltimore and us, we're at a disadvantage before we even start every game, just by having our coach and our shaky offensive line, and our QB situation. We're already down before we even start. We're at a disadvantage every game we play.
We weak in the trenches, man. Not having David Onyemata out there today hurt this team.
Big time.
Yes.
Big time.
Right? You ain't got Grady, you ain't got David. That's big. I go back to my same point, and I'm gonna end it with this because I've been on here for a minute. In the draft, defensive line, offensive line. I'm talking about Bear Alexander from USC. I'm talking about the offensive tackle from Washington.
Hey,
I would have no problem with this team taking an offensive tackle with the first pick.
Joe out of Notre Dame. It's another name.
I agree.
That's what we need, bro.
I would do it.
I don't want a quarterback. I'm with Tip on that, man. I don't want to get another.
I think we have
more young guys, man.
If we go into the season with any of these guys, it's over before it starts. Unless we see something huge from Ridder by the end of the season, I wouldn't even waste my time going to the next season with him.
Oh,
so you guys are saying reinvest in the trenches yet again.
He'll be here
next year.
But if Ridder doesn't come out, because he's probably gonna start the rest of the season. Because right now, I think even the coach is about to start panicking and put him back in. But I think if Ridder comes across and still loses these unmeaningful games, I think there's no way they don't go get a quarterback. I think, especially if they give him another chance, which they shouldn't. They're gonna be like, our owner's gonna be like, look, I tell you, get another chance. Here it is. Go get a quarterback. They're gonna be like, I'm giving you an opportunity to go get a quarterback. So I don't hear no more excuse because they don't want to hear that excuse. His time is running out. In fact, his time already ran out.
Nah, he gone, man.
Amy, what you got, man? I know you've been kind of quiet back there. What you got, man?
Man, I left work early just to had confidence we was gonna win this game. And Smitty Smith said this, man. I love what Smitty Smith said. He's saying this on point. Austin Smith failed this team, man. He never ever since Marcus Mariota was held last year, Austin Smith never gave this man Ridder a chance to prove himself. Ridder could have been more better. I'm not saying all that, but I'm just saying not putting players in preseason. That shows a lot, man. Like the man was lying to us, man. This man talking about the bold face lie. Talking about you want to play 20+ games. I'm like, bro, I went to week 1 game, bro. We barely beat the Carolina. I'm just saying our offense didn't play good all year.
And Carolina is the worst team in football. Our
Period.
defense won us that game.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, I feel like moving forward, Austin Smith got to go. Caleb McGarry got to go. Restructure Chris Lynch from these players' contract. Like on the offense side, you got to restructure.
I agree with Big Buck what he said, man. Go and reinvest in the trenches. It only makes sense.
Please.
It only makes sense.
Yeah, well.
I would flirt with the idea, and I said this on a live stream last week. I normally do the first 2 quarters, and I was asked the same question: who would you draft next year? And like all the guys that you just mentioned, Bear Alexander. Well, Bear Alexander is a defensive lineman, but talking about offensive tackle, I would flirt with the idea of bringing in a franchise-worthy left tackle and moving Jake Matthews to his natural side, the right side, which he played at Texas A&M. And I think that will solidify or bridge the gap for the right tackle side until we find another alternative, either within that draft or the next year's draft. Because what we have here is an offense that's, I don't care, I'll say it, it's Super Bowl ready. With the pieces that we have, we absolutely should not be scoring the output that we do in games, which is middle of the pack at best, or the lack thereof. There is way too much talent to be wasted that is being wasted on this offense. And sadly, the narrative has to change, and we have to go back into the trenches, go again into another year of reinvesting into that. And as unpopular as that is to the Falcons fan base, if we want that sustainable success that Terry keeps talking about, you got to reinvest in those lines. Point blank, period.
If you look at the Eagles and how they draft, that's the blueprint.
Right there.
You look at Kansas City.
You got it right there. Yep.
You look at Kansas City. I want to say the first year that Mahomes went to the Super Bowl, and I think Mahomes was getting killed, man. What did they do in the offseason? They went and they invested in the offensive line.
Let me tell you.
They came back the next year.
Joe Tooney. They drafted Trey Smith. They drafted Creed Humphrey. They invested in what they knew what was their strength of that offense. It was their offensive line in that offense, period. They went out full court press and got those guys. Falcons, there's a blueprint for you right there as well. Philly and Kansas City.
I'm not sure I trust the organization. Because for years we needed a pass rusher. We went and got receivers and running back and tight ends.
No, seriously.
And that's the roller coaster with being a fan of the Falcons, where we expect them to do, they go out and do the total opposite. We haven't had a legit pass rusher. Smitty has said that. I have said it. Chris have said it. Everybody has said it since the John Abraham years. And we've had John Abraham on this show multiple times telling, hey, brother, we know you still got it. Suit up and play.
Yeah, go on suit. I told him in his face.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy to look at. But I think we're just a few pieces away on defense to actually make some noise. I know that the salary cap next year is going to be pretty decent. Again, we're going to be in the playing field of going to be buyers again. So maybe we can acquire a couple pieces. Hey, Chase Young, he was giving up for pennies on the dollar, so to say. And like C-Double was saying, a compensatory 3rd-round pick. I don't think he's gonna get paid that top tier dollar, because you're gonna look back at his production and what have you done for me lately, because that's what the NFL is. And he really hasn't done much. In his previous years, you put in the scope this year. Yes, he's balling out, but he's balling out because of his 5th year being declined. So he has extra added motivation to go ahead and prove himself in this, for this free agent market. So that's a guy that we could possibly have.
Well, that's why we didn't go after after Chase Young. We didn't go after the guy that went to Chicago, because we got AJ coming up and we got Kyle Pitts. We got to make a decision on Kyle Pitts, which is going to be interesting, because honestly,
I think it's a pretty easy decision.
I would honestly, if somebody came to me and said, hey, you drafting in the top 5, and I mean, as much as I love Kyle Pitts, man, I value
his production is not there to keep him. Honestly, if you look at it, we're keeping Kyle Pitts by name at this point.
Kyle Pitts is better suited for a West Coast offense, my opinion. This is not a West Coast.
I want to know our other co-host, Smitty Smith, man, in here, man. What you talk to me, man? Talk to me.
Smitty, you punched in late. You're going to get fined.
We got that fine for him, like how Arthur had.
That's why I'm here, so I won't get fined.
It's too late.
Oh, man.
Man, I'm glad you brought that Kyle Pitts point, because I actually said last year that I could see them trading Kyle Pitts down the road. because of fit. To be honest, he likes blocking tight ends. We know he don't know how to handle the one that receive real good. So what do? You trade him for a second or third round pick. Use that pick to go back to the trenches, like y'all said. But this game, it went exactly how I said it would go. Keep Kyler Murray inside the pocket. Don't let him get outside, because if he do, he gonna kill you.
Sure will.
10, I said this game was going to be wits from running from both teams. It happened, but the only difference is Kyler Murray put up 250 yards this game. Falcons only had 70 yards passing.
They got plays in chunks.
We know that you cannot win a football game with 70 yards passing. I don't care who you are. So as I look at it, man, it's just still the same simple mistakes. And I'm gonna be real. The defense is tired, man. You see it now.
Yes.
The wear and tear is kicking in from those first 6-7 games. And now, since they can't hold on to the ball long enough to get them rest, even though they won time of possession, they still did not have the defense off the field long enough. Because guess what? When you play a mobile quarterback, he gonna run till tomorrow if he had a chance. So one thing that I think the Falcons have to do at this point going forward, and they did a great job running the football the way of today. I'm not going to take that from them. I said they had to use Bijan. They did that. So at this point, what they're going to have to do is buckle down, make a decision who they're going to build this team around for the rest of the season. Use that guy as the focal point, because let's be real. He pulled that same stunt he did 2 weeks ago with the quarterback.
Right.
I know he looked like he had a knee injury or a hamstring injury, but when you look at that camera and you look at Tyler Heineke's face, what the hell is he doing? And that's what I'm saying.
Right. So we was texting it like, so kind of funny.
As I
leg
see it,
gate gonna be the next one. Leg, hamstring gate.
As I see it, fam, from this point, man, Arthur done lost this team, man. I'ma just be real with y'all. And me and Berto had this discussion while the game was going on. Everybody out there playing hero ball. Everybody out there playing for themselves instead of playing like a team.
Yep, ego, man.
Because Jesse Bates, we know Jesse Bates is one of the best safeties in the league. Jesse Bates got burnt like a joint on Stewart Avenue. And if y'all from Atlanta, y'all know what I mean. He actually was one of the best zone safeties in the league. The last 3 weeks, he hadn't played like it. So what does that tell you? He's losing interest, and he's blowing assignment. So
he tired, ball.
That just they tired of Arthur Smith.
You know what I'm saying? They tired, ball.
So, and as I look at it, man, to be honest, coming from the bye week, who do we play?
New Orleans. And you already know they're gonna give us their best anyway, just because we're division rivals. Our fan bases totally despise one another. It's gonna be a very high level game.
And they were this close to beating the Vikings today.
They did almost came back with James.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And to your point too, Smitty, about the defense looking tired, feeling tired, and being mentally tired. I've been feeling that way since the Tennessee game. I feel like the defense is just
that Commanders game.
One thing I'm noticing too, man, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. Nate Landman, man, they better get him a contract this offseason.
Oh yeah,
because if they don't,
what I text you guys, extend him now.
But I've been saying that for the last 3-4 weeks. If you look at what he brings to this team, we lost our enforcer / defensive leader in Grady Jarrett. He stepped right up to the plate. He said, "Man, I got y'all." Interception, a sack. I think he had like 9 tackles. So as I look at it, he's the defensive MVP so far. And Jesse Bates, don't get me wrong, he's had an exceptional season. But when you look at consistency, Nate Landman, your guy. And next year when Troy Anderson comes back, if you don't switch to a 4-3 base defense, you got to use Troy Anderson on the edge with that speed, because that is something that we lack. And I told my dad this because I was watching the game with my dad today. I said, if they're playing against a mobile quarterback like a Kyler Murray, why the hell is not D'Angelo Malone out on the field? He's the only one that can catch a guy like Kyler Murray if he gets outside the pocket. Calais Campbell can't.
Bud Dupree can't.
Taquan Graham can't. So,
boy,
they tried. I'll give it to them. They
did.
tried their best. They were chasing after them, but they just see the distance.
All right, gentlemen. Before you guys head out there, William and Buck, you guys have got any parting words you guys want to say or anything like that? We have some more folks in the back.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna say, man, they got to let Arthur Smith go, man. At this season, man, if we third in the division, Tampa won today. The Saints lost, and they still on top of the division. You got Vikings in the wild card spot. So moving forward, man, I just feel like they need to go ahead and let Arthur Smith go, Dave Ragoon, let that whole offense side coaching staff go, and let Jerry Gray to be the intern coach and move on from there, man. Got to make a change, man. Bye week.
Only thing with that, if they let go Arthur Smith, who gonna call the play?
So I guess somebody got pick somebody. I guess TJ Yates. If he still be on the coaching staff,
I can see that. I can see that.
Come on, D, man. We ain't tanking, bro.
Come on, D. I don't want to do that.
Come on, D. Hey, Big Buck, man. It's nice to meet you, my dog. My name's Smitty, man.
I'm gonna end with this, man. First of all, I'm gonna watch our boys all week. And you know they're gonna kill us all week. I think this game is not as worse as the one last week, but I would say that this team lacks discipline. And I was explaining this to my wife. Arnold Ebiketie, right? If you're rushing and you're playing a QB contain, if that's a standard traditional quarterback, that's a sack. But you playing a quarterback like Kyler, right? You got to rush that outside shoulder. You can't go in a straight line to him. You can't give him that whole left side of the field. And it's all about discipline, and that's coaching. And you have to, and it's been a problem with this team the last couple of weeks in maintaining your rush lanes, your gap integrity, learning how to rush, not just getting back there. You see Myles Garrett today on Lamar Jackson?
Man, good God, that dude, boy, oh Lord.
Right? And that goes back to my point. Going to the draft, get a veteran quarterback, right? Coming off one of these teams, going to the draft, get a defensive end or offensive lineman.
Ryan Tannehill. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Hey, listen, I hate to say it, but if Arthur Smith is here next year, folks might want to start, getting used to that name being thrown around Flowery Branch, man.
I'm cool with that.
I don't want no Ryan Tannehill.
I don't want Ryan Tannehill.
I'll go ahead and just draft a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Kirk Cousins. I'll take, it looked like, hell, you might be able to get Daniel Jones. What's going on in New York?
I don't want
Danny Dimes. Oh, boy. They don't know, man. And Kirk Cousins before the Achilles tear, maybe.
Yeah, man. But
you don't know what it's going to be. And then Minnesota, they're talking about trying to bring him back anyway. They like what they seen in there.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is an older Desmond Ritter. Let's be real.
Right. Let's just hope that these guys go into the bye week, get some rest, right? Spend time with their family and come back re-energized. We got a big game. I'll be in Atlanta for that game, for the Saints game, and hope for the best, man. I appreciate y'all boys. Keep me on, man.
Thank you, man. Of course, man. Appreciate you, brother.
All right,
for always supporting, but take care, man.
Always.
All right.
Joe's Barbershop.
If you can hear us, if you're there.
What's up, fellas? How we doing, man?
We doing all right. How you doing, fam?
Man, I'm doing terrible, bro. I don't know what the hell I just saw. I just saw some BS on the TV, but man.
Hey, man, before you get started, man, I need a trim. My gray shirt on.
I'm gonna get them right.
I'm gonna start off with this, man. I'm a young buck. I ain't really been a Falcons fan for too long, but this has been my chosen team. I've been a fan since the Matt Ryan era, so about when Vic went to jail. I'm gonna just say this, man. The Falcons have a history of not developing talent and having great talent and just failing that talent. We have so many players that have came and played for us that have left us and either had worse careers because they've gotten worse head coaches, but some of them have had outstanding careers because they've gotten an actual coach that cares about them and an actual coaching team that knows what they're doing and doesn't play into, stats and all this other crap that, our upper management likes to play into. And with that being said, Rich McKay needs to go. This man does not know how to evaluate talent. He doesn't know how to keep talent. He doesn't know how to assess talent. He don't know what he doing, man. And this is what the third regime where this man has hired somebody and they have been a complete just fall flat on their face person.
Let me say this right quick, and I'm glad you brought that up because I've been saying this for the last 2 years and really longer than that. That Rich McKay is the problem, and the reason why I say this, you talk about a guy with Tony Dungy in Tampa Bay that built the championship roster. This dude drafted Warren Sapp and Derrick Brooks in the same damn draft. They already had John Lynch. The very next draft after those two, you go get Rondé Barber. Those are 3 Hall of Fame players, 4 Hall of Fame players right there. So you mean to tell me that you don't know who to go get in the draft and what kind of talent? This is why I question not going after Michael Parsons. If we go after Michael Parsons one draft, Patrick Surtain, Jalen Carter, you talk about 3 all pros right now. So you mean to tell me you're gonna take offense over there? And I get it because Terry Fontenot was really trying to build a New Orleans Saints offense in Atlanta, but at the same time, you got to have a consistent quarterback. And that's the only thing they're missing. When I saw Bijan run for 17 yards and then 10 yards, I said, oh, yeah, he about to go off. Yep. But guess what? As soon as he started running the ball, they can't damn throw.
Yep, right.
So, I mean, if you're going to spend all these draft picks on key offensive players and don't get anyone back there to throw them the damn.
Smitty, you muted yourself, gang.
What are you doing exactly? I just don't get it. Come on, man, make it make sense.
I'm with you, bro. You know, I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
Oh boy,
the Kyle Pitts draft, that was insane to me. Shout out to Kyle Pitts, no hate. You know, man, the man is a physical beast, physical specimen. But I don't know which one of y'all said it. That man belongs in the West Coast, man. Kyle Shanahan could do some amazing things with Kyle Pitts because at the end of the day, pass catching tight end. I respectfully think they would. I was about to say I respectfully think that we could probably get a trade going between us and them for George Kittle. Because as of right now, we need somebody with some consistency, somebody with some better hands that can actually pull it down and get it going, get up the field, knows how to get down, get out of bounds sometimes.
But
Kyle
think
Pitts
about
is
it.
wasting his development years in Atlanta.
I get what you're saying, Joe. But think about what's going on here. Mecole Hardman, Jonnu Smith has more reception and receiving yards than Kyle Pitts. Then after the day, you got a guy like Scotty Miller got 2 touchdown catches, 2 in the last 2 weeks. And what are they doing now? Still no Kyle Pitts. Well, yeah, 1 or 2 catches today.
Man had 3 catches for 30 yards today, and that was my
insane.
You gotta use them.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I understand
other teams tight end.
I understand why they went and got him because they lost Julio Jones.
Yep.
That same year. But at the same time, how long has it been since we struggled on defense? We've been doing that about 6-7 years, and you still go get a tight end when you really need a quarterback or you really need a defensive star, but you go get a tight end. So as I look at it, and Joe said he made perfect statement. We've been building teams and really not building at the key parts that we need. So I just don't know where to go from here. If you make a coaching change, it has to be in the offseason. You just have to ride this season out. See where you go. But if they use Ryan Nielsen or Jerry Gray going forward as the head coach into 2024 and beyond, you got to go out and get an offensive coordinator that can call plays and develop quarterbacks. Because 1 or 2 things going to happen. You're going to have to go get a veteran quarterback, pay a lot of money, or you're going to have to waste a lot of draft picks, go all the way up the board and get one of the top quarterbacks. And either way, you really lose because that's just more time that you got to waste. No matter how you look at it.
Yeah, I agree.
Before you gentlemen go any further, Chris, we know you got to go real soon. So if you want to say anything before you head out of here, man, the floor is yours, bro.
Hey, man, I just want to say what's one thing we got to do, and we got to figure something out. We definitely have everything still in front of us. It's hard to see us as a fan base. I understand it's hard for us to see us progressing any further as the season goes along with this current roster, current coaching staff in particular. But at the same time, we still do have it in front of us. Like the gentleman was saying, hopefully these guys can be around their families or something like that, re-energize themselves, rejuice themselves, because it's like they're starting to really not care out there. Everyone is tired of one another. I definitely believe the players are tired of the coaching staff, in particular our head coach, and the lack of his plays, the lack of putting them in position to win. Because at the end of the day, we all want to win. See, double shout out to you. But yeah, man, I got to go and finish this little project, man. I actually
good luck with you, man.
Yeah, man. For school, guess what they got me doing? They have me covering the unfortunate and untimely death of Kobe Bryant this month.
Wow.
So yeah, so
Man.
it's like I gotta
Yeah,
so
January 26th will be here before you know it, bro.
it will. But the thing about it is they want me to cover it like it just happened. So that's like something. Yeah, so that's something I've been working through.
Storytelling time.
Yeah, man. So it's just another thing I'm doing. But shout out to you guys, shout out to Smitty and Berto, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. We absolutely love each and every last one of you guys. I think I seen something getting up to over 318 people in here. That just shows that we are.
Brother, there was 319 98 eyes, man, at one point.
Salute y'all, man.
Stream is
means that
we
we're
definitely
doing.
appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Highly appreciate it. And guys, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish off the live, man. Shout out to you guys as well. Always be generational, because it's always time to be. And man, we got to stop selling for less. That means us too, Falcon fan base. We got to stop selling for less. But we can't have more if it's no vision with the franchise. So that's not on us. But
salute to you, Chris. Y'all. Thank you, man.
Till what Tuesday?
Bless, man.
Tuesday, yeah. We'll see what we can cook up for Tuesday.
Yeah, bi-week special, man. We're gonna cook up something, man. Y'all just be there. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, man. You already know we got something in the works, man. But yeah, man. Until next time, guys. Peace and blessings.
All right, brother.
Talk to you soon, my brother.
Be blessed, brother. Be blessed.
You too. And brother Ladarius Brown, if you're still in the chat, man, and you want to jump in, hit the link, man. You want to talk about some things, go ahead and jump in. You're more than welcome to. Joe, thank you so much for joining. Any parting words you want to say before you head out? We got some more folks backstage that are itching to get in.
Yeah, for sure, man. First and foremost, shout out to Smitty, man. Appreciate you for just being a voice for the nation, where it always feel like the real fans. It's easy to be the complainer and just complain, but to be a real fan and just dissect and know what's going on. I appreciate you for being a voice, man. I really appreciate what you do.
Appreciate you, my brother, for supporting me, man. Trust me, I enjoy doing my job, bro. I enjoy it.
Yeah, man. But last thing I'm gonna say about the team, man. I'm gonna take a stand right here. I've been on this ship alone, and I keep being on this ship alone because I'm not a guy to put down people. I really think some of the Desmond Ridder hate is unwarranted. When you really take into account that we got a guy that cannot develop quarterbacks. I think Desmond Ridder got handed a bad deck of cards, man. The kid's got talent. If you saw his college tape, he's undeniably talented. I'm not saying he's free of mistakes. Everybody can make mistakes, including 30-year-old Taylor Heineke, which I still mess with. Shout out to Taylor. Hope he gets well if he's actually injured. Nobody that for real, but
don't you stop.
I think if the Falcons can, that's the next thing with the next head coach. He needs to have a pedigree of, I can develop a quarterback. I can turn a guy around. I can turn his career around. I can make something out of nothing. Because at that point, it won't matter who we got back there slinging the rock, man. If he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's doing. That's just the biggest thing for me. Whatever coach we get, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I know all the answers. But that guy, the next dude, has got to have a staff, and he's got to have a presence about him where he can develop talent and just develop people to make them better than what they are. Because that's the key. You can get a guy out of college and be he can be 5 stars. He can be him. But once he gets to the league, it's a different story. Everybody's professional. Everybody was that guy. Everybody was him back then. Can you be him in the league where everybody thinks they're him? And if you can get a coach that can prove to you that it doesn't matter who you give me, I'm going to make that guy the guy, we'll be okay, man. We got to stop looking for these star people. It's not about them being a star. It's about them having commitment, work ethic, them knowing that they got to take a back seat, them knowing that it's about the team and not about me. It's not about payday, because if I do my job, the payday will come. So, that's just a young buck trying to let everybody know, like, it's not about trying to get the young stars. Like, we might not really need Coach Prime. We might not need the Sanders boys, even though I love them. Shout out to them boys, man. I love them. But sometimes the gold is in the fourth round, in the third round, man. Sometimes them guys isn't deep in the draft, and you got to just develop them to get them to where they are. But with that being said, man, that's all I got to say. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all be blessed, bro.
You too, no doubt, my brother.
We appreciate you.
Hey, listen, anytime that link
is
keep hanging on.
And you are available, please, man. Invite is always there and valid. Come on in and, just express yourself the way that you want to. We really enjoyed having you on, Joe, man. Appreciate your thoughts and your valid points also. So
thank you, bro.
To you, my friend. Yes, sir.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be blessed, man.
God bless. All right, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Hey, man, he made some great, excellent points.
And we love that. That's different insight. Everybody has a different take on what's going on with our beloved Falcons, and it's all to be respected. Some people are pro Desmond Ridder, some people are pro Taylor Heineke, some people are pro at the fact that, obtaining
the crazy part is, Berto, the crazy part is he said exactly what I said before the season started.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith has not proven that he can develop a quarterback because he hasn't had to. And now that I see it,
here's the answer right here. I love it, man.
Y'all play too much.
Shit, man.
Hey, y'all on that bullshit. I'm telling y'all on that bullshit.
No, hey, listen, before you go anymore, man, I want to bring back Five Stripe Uprising because he had some points that he was making before he got cut off. And I also have On the Mark backstage as well. Everybody else just hang on. We'll be right there with y'all. Five Stripe Uprising. If you're there and you're hearing us,
he got the right thing about him. A better coach than Arthur Smith. I can agree with that.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, man. We can finally hear you, brother.
All right. First off, Smitty, man, it's good to finally actually get to talk to you. I know we've been chatting in the Bleacher Report crew for a while now, even before they brought in Arthur Smith. But it's good to finally get to talk to you mano a mano. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like Arthur Smith has proven he can't develop a quarterback. I mean, y'all know me well enough for the past year before they even drafted Desmond Ridder. I said this is a guy that I personally thought fit this team like a glove. I felt like his style of play would have worked well with us, but Arthur Smith has not been willing to compromise his system to help him get better. And especially with year one, you could have even brought in Taylor Heineke in year one to let him play behind him, and you didn't do it. You went with Marcus Mariota, who was the worst option than what he had. You could have had Heineke, who would have come in, actually been a mentor to try to help Ridder get better beforehand, and probably by this year he probably would have been able to produce more. But because of the fact that he didn't want to take that chance and compromise his system and his ego, it kind of compromised letting Desmond Ridder develop properly.
Right. And I said this it was last week and the week before. If you gonna, start him out, you should just start him last year before you brought in Mariota. You should just let him start from the jump and get those woes out the way because you knew your job was safe. If your job's safe, you use that quarterback and let him gain that starting experience. But he did it ass backwards. He waited till after week 13 to make the change. It was far too late after that. So it's just like it's a rookie season all over again.
Right, man. Also joining us is On the Mark. You there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you perfectly, brother. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm trying to get like y'all, man. I jump over here. Y'all 340, 350 deep, man.
Yeah, man, we try to do it, brother. This is a great thing, and these are common numbers, man. We just have such a great loyal fan base that just likes to hear us when we get on and we talk our shit. We spit our facts. We do what we got to do. But we definitely enjoy having you on. We appreciate having you on. So, man, please, the floor is yours. Let us know your thoughts, what you think about today's outcome, and what you see going into the bye for our Falcons.
Hey, man, I call these therapy sessions, especially with games like this, man. This is this is a bad one, man. Every Falcons fan right now is sitting on the couch talking to somebody about this. Here's the deal, man. Arthur Smith cannot survive this bye week. He can't. You literally, fam, they were booing him when he was on Pat McAfee. This how bad this has gotten.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
And this was before this game. So this is how bad it's gotten. So, I said in my video, the ironic thing is he used toxic a couple of weeks back to describe, the fan base and all this other stuff. But the toxicity is coming from him. So
right.
I want people to understand one thing. When Arthur Smith is talking condescending in press conferences and cutting people off, doesn't that remind you of Richard Smith as our defensive coordinator?
Oh my God.
Did the same exact thing.
He did that back in 2015, 2016. You sure did. And you talk about defensive coordinator Richard Smith, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did the same thing. And our defense was horrible under him. Now look at the offense. Offense is horrible right now. And Arthur Smith is doing the same exact thing. So
70-yard passer. 70-yard passer.
That's incredible correlation right there. Because who would have thought of Richard Smith and those iconic post game, questions that he would need answers to and stuff like that. And yeah, he would be just like that, very condescending, very cutting off, very short to his answer, just bad, man. But that's a great point. You got me thinking. I'm like, damn, man, Richard Smith, god damn.
And think about that when you see things like that, it's all ego. And as we talked about earlier, man, that same ego is rubbing off on the players. That ego that they don't give a damn, they're gonna do what they want to do. It's just showing up. So he's, like I said, he's made his bed and he got the line. So it's now throw that gift up there now. It's already time to go, man.
Here's the thing. I think a lot of people will say that Arthur Blank is a nice guy, which I'm pretty sure he is, but there is no justification to keep Arthur Smith as the head coach right now. You're losing your fan base. I've already seen what I like to do, fam, is I like to go in different fan bases and see what they think about our team. In almost unison, I am not lying. In almost unison, you have other fan bases saying we need to fire our coach ASAP.
That's been on all the websites all week.
Fam, you can't lose. You can't lose to a 1-8 team. You just can't. I don't care who they have behind there. They're 1-8 for a reason. When you look at how many points they average, they're almost dead last. They are an awful team. However,
Mark, let me tell you, going to this game, they didn't have the top left tackle. They didn't have the top guard. Defense. They really don't have cornerbacks with. They lost Troy Murphy. Then you look at safety. Butter Baker hadn't been the same all year because he's only played in 4 games other than this one. So they were beating up, toe up from the floor. So you had advantage all the way through the game. You just couldn't execute. 70 yards passing. A high school quarterback could have did that.
It was awful, man. The play call and then the offensive line, third quarter they just gave up. It was just it was literally like they were like, we're trying to get this boy up out of here. Hey, listen, Falcons fans, we hearing you. We're hearing you. We're trying to get him up out of here. So I'm at a point now to where hopefully we've heard Arthur Smith's last press conference. If we're gonna now here's the positive thing. If we're gonna keep Arthur Smith, within the next 48 hours, the front office will tell us that we're moving on from this guy because he's already said he's not making any changes on staff. I'm like, bro, your offense is trash. Something got to give right now, bro. You have to make an adjustment. So this guy sitting here basically
ego,
ego. It's almost like you should be fired alone for saying that, because if I'm Terry Fontenot, I'm like, yeah, there's gonna be a change in staff. It's gonna be you.
At one point, you forgot to make on Arthur Blank. He 80 years old. He ain't got time to wait.
Yeah. Especially when you drop $100 million. I'm sorry, bro. I drop $100 million. Every
30 million.
Hey, I'm Terry. I'm telling Terry, man, Arthur wouldn't have made it to the locker room. I'd have been like, hey, Terry, listen.
Hey, go to Twitter. Go to my Twitter page and look at what I said. That it's time for him to go. It's just insane. Lose to a 1-18. He running behind the bush trying to catch, and they just keep going. That's what we need to see for real.
Yeah, but Atlanta always like to do things, on the professional manner. When we got rid of Dan Quinn, they really, really didn't want to fire him that quick. But it was like, bro, we 0-5. Yeah, the team giving up. You almost had it's almost parallel because when Dan Quinn got fired, the fan base was clocking out. You're seeing this now. The fan base is clocking out on this team, bro.
Well, I said last week, Mark, to be honest, last week I said the way to end this thing, the Falcons fans got to stand up.
Yes.
Don't go to that damn game. Leave the stadium empty and see if they don't make a change. They won't have a choice then. They won't have a choice.
Smitty, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When we had them at fourth down, 4th and 10, I came in here and actually came in here and started setting up for my show because I'm like, somehow, some way, I don't know how,
right?
Somehow, some way, they gonna give up they gonna give up the draws somehow, some way. And I'm in here and I hear screaming from the TV. I'm like, I'll be damned. And it's getting to a point to where the fans have no confidence. You can even see it in the players, man. The players, they're not rambunctious. There's no dog. You know, the tackling on defense. The last 2 weeks, AJ missed the tackle where I'm like, bro, you gotta have that. You gave up the pass. That's one thing, but now you're giving up the tackle. So it's
and
like
Nathan Floyd just asked the question, and I want to get your opinion on it since you brought it up.
Man, listen, AJ gonna get paid, but he's been getting smoked this year for sure. Yeah.
Smoke. Bang,
yeah,
man. Grant back there playing pity pat football, man. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm lost for words. The defense started out first 4-5 games looking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with that defense, man. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Like, are the coaches into it right now? Like, are they arguing? Are they not saying eye to eye? Like, it just seems like it's some discommunication going on in that locker room the way that defense played. Terrell is getting beat by dudes that's coming in. They walk-ons, man.
Yeah, Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown, one of the fastest receivers in the league. But AJ Terrell is one of the most technically sound cornerbacks in the league. So ain't no way in the world he should have beat AJ like he stole something. As I look at it, man, with AJ, is he worth top dollar? I would put him probably in the $16, $17 range, but 21, 22 million, can't do it, man. I can't do it, especially with all the needs that we have. Like I said, we going back into next offseason with the same problem we've had for the last 7 years. No edge rush. So what are you going to do at that position? Are you going to pay AJ or say, hey, we just going to roll with the cooler, pay him less money, see what Clark Phillips and D. Offit can do, and go get an edge rusher? Because I'm going to be real, and I said this, and y'all can get mad if y'all want. I don't think I re-sign AJ Terrell. And the reason why, I think Ryan Nielsen is a coach that can push the Falcons past that. And what I mean by that, whoever they bring in, I think he can work with them. And Jerry Gray is another one. Gray is another one.
Smitty, not to cut you off. I agree with that for one reason and one name alone: Trufant. That name right there, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you top dollar. It seemed like when Trufant got paid, it was like, hey, I have no reason to play no more. And Trufant went from being, a top flight defender to
top 5. Yeah.
Getting his draws taken off at every situation, bro.
Man, this dude was playing red light, green light. You know when you play red light, green light at the tree, and you have to run out of people and tell them when to stop.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that one.
Now, so I got a question though, Smitty.
Go ahead.
We got 7 games left after the bye. A good prediction of how many would we win? What would you say? Out of them 7 left.
Ooh, that's a great question.
I can't hear you, Berto. I think your mic muted.
I'm gonna say 7 and 10 CFN. I just don't see them getting past what they've been the last 2 years. Even though they have more talent on this team, they got a counselor in the locker room. It's just the head coach. So I can't expect nothing more. And to be honest, if we even win those 3 games out of the remaining games, I'd be surprised. Because where's the confidence level with this team? You talk about the Saints twice, and we have a better roster than they do. You talk about the Colts, You talk about the Bears. You talk about the Bucks, Panthers again. So all those teams are under 500, or below. So if I don't have confidence that they beat a 1-18, like I said last week, I really don't have them confidence in beating nobody else. I'm gonna just keep it real. Can't hear you, bro.
I know I was saying from the top of the season when y'all was in preseason, and I was coming in comments, and I'm like, I got us winning 10-11 on the Smith. I got to win 10-11, and now I see us winning probably 2-3 more games, man, and that's sad, man. With all the pieces, I knew it was gonna be a problem, and all those pieces because you've been saying it all season. Arthur Smith hasn't showed us nothing as a head coach.
Right.
He haven't shown us who has he developed. Come on, man. Let's be real. Man, Henry is Henry, man. Any coach can get behind him. Henry gonna make that coach look good, man. Arthur didn't do shit to get the position he was in. Who gives a damn his dad runs a Fortune 500 company, FedEx,
Right.
whatever the hell. That ain't got nothing to do with football.
True. Yeah, and as I look at it, Mark can attest to this because Mark had talked about this as well. If I'm looking next year at what I'm gonna do at quarterback, to be honest, I really don't know because
who's out there? Please tell me who's out there. Who out there?
Oh, the guy they played today, I don't see them keeping Kyler Murray.
His contract is untradeable, though, man. You ain't gonna trade for that contract.
Oh no. Next year. I'm saying this year, if he got traded, they would have paid the entire salary for this year. Next year on that deal is the out part, meaning he's only going to make $35 million. That's very affordable in today's quarterback market.
Yeah.
So as I look at Kyler Murray, I look at Justin Fields. He's another one who's on a rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
Those two teams are probably going to be looking at Drake May and Caleb Williams. That's why I said one of those teams. Both of those teams I can see moving on from their quarterback. But if Atlanta chooses to get one of those guys, is that going to depend on who they're going to bring in as a coach? Because you just can't bring in anybody to deal with those type players. You got to have a guy that Eric Bieniemy. Again, this is why he's the best fit. He can work with scrambling quarterbacks. He can work with pocket passing quarterbacks. You talk about what he did with Sam Howell in Washington. Sam Howell was in a totally different system last year. This year, he goes right back over Eric Bieniemy has simplified the playbook, and Sam Howell is playing like a 5th or 6th year quarterback. So that's the only way that I would go get a veteran quarterback or draft a veteran quarterback. If I go get a guy that can develop or make that quarterback consistent. Other than that, I would not touch it.
Hey, man, we got some more folks in the back. So on the mark, man, we appreciate your time, man. CFN, we definitely appreciate you too. Hey, Mark, are you available this week to do a live?
Yeah, man. Well, we on by, so I'm available. I'm on standby, waiting on the news from Arthur Smith.
Tuesday night.
We'll see you Tuesday
night.
All right, bet that, man.
Come on to the show, man.
Hey, man, Mark, like I said, man, shoot me your email on Twitter or Facebook.
Okay, I got you, fam.
Okay.
Right. Appreciate you, Mark.
All right.
CFN. You had anything before you head out, brother?
Man, nothing much, man. I'm just lost for words. I'm sitting here looking through stats, man. Y'all enjoy y'all night, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Have a great night, man.
I'm gonna say this though.
Go ahead.
The Atlanta Falcons lost on a Sunday after good meal. I'm like, oh shit, we got a 3:05 game. I get to set up for it. Usually I gotta jump up in the morning, eat a little breakfast, and get straight to it. I actually felt like we gonna walk into the bye week with a win, man. I was like, we gonna walk in, and this is just gonna be a little chip off our shoulder. We're gonna walk into the second half of the season, and I'm thinking we're gonna pop everybody. This is bad, man. We're not looking.
And I'm gonna be real with you, CF fan. When Kyler Murray scored that running touchdown before the half, I knew the game was over.
Yeah, I did, man, for sure. I threw my phone. My wife was laughing at me.
Hey, man, don't throw anything in the house, fam. I broke my remote last week messing around with these boys, man.
Damn, man.
As long as y'all don't break the TV, we good.
Facts, man. It came close today, man. Came close today a couple times.
Y'all need to show up, man. We need it. The Falcon fans, we need this type of show, man. Buddy said it's a therapy session. And somebody said in the comments we need to tank. Y'all really think we need to tank?
Hell no. For what?
Man, hell no.
That's what
For
I
what?
said.
You can't do that.
I said, well, why would we tank? Like, what is us tanking and what is they gonna do for us?
See, this is the problem. This is the problem with some of our fans in the base. Every year they want us to tank for a rookie. Why would you want to keep tanking for a rookie? You can't keep building a team out full of young guys. Y'all got to realize that.
Man. Everybody ain't gonna look good as Sprout in the rookie season.
Ooh, boy.
Them hard to come by, man.
Man, come on.
Yeah, man. But y'all enjoy.
You better say it.
I'm gonna jump back in the crowd, man. I'm gonna jump back in the comment section.
All right, my dog. Appreciate you.
All good, man.
We have the Dixon Way raid in the building. Larry from the Dixon Way, everybody, man. If you don't know who Larry Dixon is, you guys live under a goddamn rock, man. The hippest, the livest, the most everything that you can want in Falcons content creating, live shows. That man right there, Larry Dixon, is the guy for all of that. Larry, what's going on tonight, brother? How you feeling?
Yo, you can see it on my face, man.
Larry look like he need a drink.
Bruh. It's
Tell me something
all over my
mix you up a drink
face.
real quick.
Oh, man, it's written all over my face. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say a word, bro. With the Falcons today, man, I'm utterly disappointed with the Falcons, man. We had 70 yards passing in one game. The NFL is a professional football team. I know people said, look, Ridder led us down the field. He ran for a touchdown. I understand. I'm kind of opposite of you guys. I'm glad you guys said that. I know we can't build on young guys. Are we going to go get Joshua Dobbs, who beat us, who looking good? Are we going to go get him? That might be a cheaper option that's actually looking pretty good right now. Maybe he's a late bloomer like Geno. I don't know. I don't want Kirk Cousins. I know who he is. And now he has injury problems. Don't want him. I don't know, guys. I think maybe we are overselling what we have. At the beginning of the season, our defense was playing outstanding. Now it seems like teams have gotten a little beat on us. They're picking on AJ and Richie Grant. When they need a first down, they go at Richie Grant or AJ Terrell. That's what's been happening. That's why I said last week, I said it on the Waffle House, shout out to Tidy. Everybody's like, what? People were giving AJ Terrell a B+ or an A. I was like, how? We all watch the same games, guys. I understand we have no pass rush, so that's the only reason why I give a reprieve to anybody in the secondary. But cooked is cooked. Do you like your bacon?
Well, Larry, I agree with you. I agree with you that we need pass rushes, but some things are just common sense.
Yeah,
you got a guy that can run like a Kyler Murray. You got to have your fastest defensive end in the game, no matter if he's been playing or not. Because if he gets outside the pocket, D'Angelo Malone is the only defensive end that they had that could catch Kyler Murray. Anybody else, it's a wrap. So
I agree with that, but you know, Kyler, on that last first down at the end of the game, that was AK-47 that missed that tackle because he was bending outside and he came inside to try to get greedy. Same thing we talked about Calais Campbell last week when he bent inside trying to get a sack. Again, discipline. Keep him in the pocket. Make him beat you with your arm. The secondary was giving you coverage. The only thing that failed was we couldn't keep containment again. So again, you can say it all week, but unless these guys execute, missing tackles again, breaking tackles, you know what I'm saying? Running back, running through arm tackles, playing wrong. I mean, Richie Grant out there literally turned around, spent around in coverage several times. Like,
but Larry, you just gotta think about the last, I would say, 4 games.
Yes.
Think about how much our defense has been on the field the last 4 games.
True.
And that's all it is. They're just tired, man. And when
that's fair.
Yeah, when fatigue kick in and you out there in the hot desert, come on, man.
Tongue hanging out.
Yeah. So yeah.
This game really exploited the depth again. Depth being an issue that always has been in Atlanta, and it
yes,
to be that. And the problem is the depth is really not any young Thundercats, as our brother Big Low would say. These are older vets, and I had brought that up in prior videos. I was like, listen, are we all okay with having a vet-driven team or defense, so to say, because it can pick, it can play to, how should I say this? It'll hurt us down the line. It hurt us today. We didn't have a constant pass rush, and you saw those guys gassed on that field. You saw Bud Dupree huffing and puffing. Calais Campbell is long in the tooth at 37, 36 or 37 years of age. Shit, I'm 37. I'm in my peak fucking physical, but I'm just saying I don't play football. But you know what I mean? If I was out there, I'd probably be gassed as well, man. But
hey, I ain't even lying. 44. At 44, I'm gonna just stand on the sideline and I'm gonna be fine with that.
I'm a coach.
We got our bro here, Ladarius.
I'm 48. I'll be a coach. But also, guys, let's give a shout out and applause to Nate Langman.
Yes.
Nate Langman was out there balling, bro.
They better push that contract right in his face soon as the season.
Right now, like, please sign this, please. We can't lose you, please.
They better give it to him like a target slip at school.
All right, so offensively, guys, we're all waiting on bated breath to see if Arthur Blank is going to have the cojones to fire Arthur Smith. What say you guys on the panel? Do you guys think? Well, we all agree he should be fired, but do you think Arthur Blank is going to pull the trigger?
Before anybody says anything, let's welcome Ladarius Brown onto the panel right quick. Ladarius, thanks for joining us, man.
What's going on, man?
Well, of course. How's everybody?
Definitely something that you were saying in the chat, so I'm gonna give the floor to you because I know you had some stuff to say. So let's talk about the Arthur Smith situation. The floor is yours, my brother.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on this panel. Awesome. Football as well as everybody. Well, some better than others, but like I alluded to in the chat, it's an interesting situation that we're in because, like I said, the division is not out of reach. I think it's not like it's the situation, say, like it feels like in like the NFC, other divisions. Right. It's not like there's no one team in our division that's like really running away with it, and that's where how can I phrase this? I think when it comes down to Arthur Smith, it has to be a legitimate conversation because this was a winnable game.
Yes,
these are games we're supposed to win if we're trying to go on that path of winning this division. Like, the fact of the matter that we're sitting at 4-6. With this roster, there has to be questions that has to be asked. And with the bye week coming, do I think that Arthur Blank has the cojones? Does he have these to fire Arthur Blank? That's to fire Arthur Smith. That's the question right now. Because at this point, I think someone mentioned it, I believe it was on here or in the chat. It's the quarterback development that's the bigger issue here. You bring him in, and you get your guy in Desmond Ridder. You're working with Terry Fontenot. This is who you want. And at some point, where's the linear progression for Desmond Ridder? He's been good in spots, but not good enough for the fan base to say, hey, you know what? That's our guy. That's the concern, because we're not asking Desmond Ridder to be like Matt Ryan. We're not asking him to throw 350, 400 yards. We're not asking him to do that, because we also understand we have a hell of a backfield. We got Bijan, we got Algier. We understand there's balance to this offense. My biggest concern is it's the play calling and in some cases the execution, and that falls on the coaching staff. Because at some point we can blame players all day. We can, like this game's a classic example. We gave up a lot of yards. That Kyler Murray run, that's a conversation for. I'm trying to stay calm.
Yeah, and to be honest, your players are a reflection of your coach, and that's what it all boils down to.
Exactly.
So if they're a reflection of Arthur Smith, it's starting to show more and more every week. So it lets me know not only have they given up on Arthur Smith, but Arthur Smith is also giving up on them because he's clueless as to what to do at this point. So going forward, man, to be honest, if they keep Arthur Smith, I can agree with taking to a certain extent, but at the same time, who goes out and plays every week just to lose a football game?
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, it's a legitimate.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. Right,
I'll just say
close it out. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I'll just say this: if you're Arthur Blank, you have to really do this bye week to really assess what you have. Right now, you're like I said, you're in a position where you're not out of it. You're not like Carolina where you're 1-8. You're saying like, okay, yeah, we're done. We have no chance. You have a shot to still win this division. The question is Arthur Smith the coach to help lead you there? That's the big question with this talent. And to me, the answer is no. But the question is, do you do it now, or are you going to drag it out to the and wait till the season's over to fire? Because I don't see a path where, as long as he's the head coach, that this team's going to be great. Because, like you say, the players are indicative of the coaching staff. Arthur Smith he's been given opportunity to build this roster, and this is what we have, and it falls on him.
Facts. But hey, man, we glad to finally get you on the show, man. Before we get out of here, you tell everybody where to find you, and then Mark and Larry, we're gonna close it out with y'all.
Okay.
Oh, well, you can find me on Twitter and TikTok at both Ladarius_Brown. I do game previews, talk about that. I write feature writer at Sports Key. I write for Blogging Dirty, so you'll find my work there and all over the socials.
No doubt. Appreciate you, my brother.
Gotta check you out, brother.
Nice Larry, what's up, man?
Yes, sir.
This won't be your last time on the show, Ladarius. We're gonna get you on. We'll make a segment so that way you can come on and just bless us with your thoughts and stuff, man.
I appreciate that.
Of course, buddy. Larry. Larry.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm sorry,
yeah, I didn't hear Smitty. My bad.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you was standing up. You was sitting there like Arthur Smith for a minute, man. Wake up,
man, bro. I'm about to cut my mustache off. Y'all saw him growing it back, right?
Yeah,
Bro, man,
that's why we really lost.
But did y'all know it was gray instead of black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll have his mustache back. He can brag with his buddies on Pat McAfee. Anyway, thank you guys for having me in as always. My name's Larry, one half of the Dixon Way. My beautiful wife Shonda's the other half. And what we do, guys, we provide a service, basically give you guys live commentary during the game. So if you're watching the game, you're tired of those whack announcers, turn the TV down, turn the Dixon Way up. We're gonna try to provide you guys with some unadulterated fire commentary, interacting with the chat. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of things that we do, but it's kind of like just sitting in the house with a whole bunch of people talking about it. But now we're doing it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So let's check us out at @the_Dixon_way. Just like my tag name on the video, man. I really appreciate you guys. Me and my wife do it together. I also do not only the Falcon games, but Hawks. We've been doing national basketball games also. So yeah, I had Smitty on by Falcons in review. We do the Hawks in review with we had Chris Tip on, you know what I'm saying? So we're a real interactive show. We're just trying to grow this thing one step at a time, one subscriber at a time. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Larry.
Larry, thank you so much.
Mark, before we get out of here, man, you still here? So go ahead,
man.
Plug your channel, my brother.
I'm still here, man. Y'all can catch me on the Mark on YouTube. We chop up good game on there, man. No bias, no filter. The last couple of weeks been tough though, man. They've been tough. I miss the days where I can jump on here or just jump on social media, period, and talk about a win, a good win, not one where we had to, grab it from the claws of death, but we can just sit back and enjoy our Sunday, man. I think a lot of people miss that. So that's why I call these things therapy sessions, because that's what we're doing right now. We have to find some way to get this pent up frustration out. because none of us don't have direct access to Arthur Blank. Trust me, if we did, I'd have blew this man's phone up at halftime.
All I need is the email address. That's all I need.
Hey, I'm telling you, fam. I would be waking his 80-year-old ass up in the middle of the night. When you gonna let Smith go? You know, so yeah. So these are therapy sessions, man, and it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people have difference of opinion, you know, who the quarterback should be, yada, yada, yada. But I think we're all frustrated right now. No matter what side of the fence you're on about anything, we're frustrated right now. And we want results because we weren't sold this team at the beginning of the season. We weren't sold we had a rookie quarterback at the beginning of the season. We weren't sold a 4-win team right now at the beginning of the season. So yeah, questions need to be answered, and we need to find a way to right this ship, because we still do, as crazy as it sounds, we're 1 win away from beating the Saints and Tampa Bay dropping a game from being at the top of the division right now. Come in 2 weeks. This is how crazy this is. So you still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. I just feel like with this guy, we saw what he did last year when we were in this position. So what makes us think that this is going to change? He's not changing staff personnel. He's already said that. Yeah, so I mean, at this point, what do? You have to get rid of him. And as history shows me with this team, when you let go of a defensive coordinator, when we let go of Dan Quinn, our defense all of a sudden under Ulbrich, when they promoted Raheem Morris, all of a sudden our defense looked like world beaters. Sure, you know,
they did.
When you look at Richard Smith, look at where our defense was damn near dead last. Got up off of him. So this is why I say you learn from history. Look at what's happened in the past. And I feel like if you keep this guy after the bye, fam, we might as well just get comfortable with a 7-win season. So again, y'all can find me on the Markman Smitty. I appreciate all y'all. Larry, 95, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all having me on here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. It's always a pleasure to be on here, man. And anytime y'all need me, your boy's available.
Appreciate you, man. No doubt about it, brother. We appreciate you as always. But it's that time of the show we hate, man. That time of the show we hate. Y'all know where to find me, Spinning Sports Machine on YouTube and Spotify. Find me at FatBoySlim_21. Y'all see it at the top of the screen. Well, Berto, man, another loss, another tough week. Going to the bye week Tuesday, the bye week special. We're going to cook up some things, so y'all just make sure y'all tune in. And Berto going to take us out of here right quick, my brother.
Absolutely, man. So this is your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. You can catch me on YouTube under that platform there. Also on Twitter under RI Falcons, another platform I use. And you can also find me on Bleacher Report every Monday night, chopping it up and pushing some Falcon content per the assignment I'm drawn that night. But for Smitty, myself, Ladarius, Larry, Marcus, or Mark, thank you guys for allowing us your time to be on this platform and just sharing your opinions and thoughts, man. Wakanda forever, Larry, no doubt, man. But we had so much fun. Thank you to all the viewers. Thank you for everybody in the comment, everybody that blessed the platform tonight, coming on and just spewing their unfiltered thoughts, man. We appreciate everybody. So with that, we'll give you a Sunday night back. We will catch you guys on Tuesday. Mark, somebody will reach out so that way you can come on and we'll chop it up then. So looking forward to that. For everybody, This is your boy Berto again. Peace up. A-Town down, everybody.
Arthur Smith must go. Overdue.